For my product, I chose a Brita water filter. A Brita filter is made out of a pitcher, a lid, filter housing, and filter. The filter contains activated carbon and ion exchange resin, which captures metals and other impurities to improve taste and odor. The average consumer drinks half a gallon of water a day. Brita is the best option for filtering tap water for better taste and healthier water. Instead of Brita, the consumer might opt to use plastic water bottles, which are harmful for the environment. The Brita is most likely stored in a refrigerator all the time. The main concern with Brita is the hard clear plastics it is made out of may leach harmful chemicals into the drinking water. Brita materials are tested by NSF for material safety to ensure that this doesn't happen. Another concern is that bacteria may grow in the filter, which is why it must be replaced every 2 months. The plastic Brita is made out of are susceptible to photodegradation and have high thermal expansion coefficients, which may cause it to melt. This is why the Brita is best kept in a cool and dark area like a refrigerator. I'm choosing to make the pitcher lid and filter housing out of polypropylene and the pitcher out of styrene acrylonitrile tile. I'm choosing these plastics because they are safest when it comes to chemical leaching concerns. Also, styrene acrylonitrile tile has great transparency, good rigidity, and chemical resistance. Also, polypropylene is considered a very safe plastic. For the filter, I'll have to go with the activated carbon and ion resin because it has the technology that filters the water. The plastic components will be injection molded. This is a process where pellets of plastic are fed into the hopper where they are melted and pushed by the screw into a mold. The constraints on this process is high initial tooling costs and setup time. Also, you can't make very intricate or small parts, which is okay because the Brita is somewhat simple. Polypropylene is a number 5 plastic, which can be recycled sometimes. Styrene acrylonitrile tile is a number 7 plastic and is very difficult to recycle. The inside of the filter ends up in a landfill. Brita has a recycling program that offers coupons in exchange for old Brita components. Brita then burns the plastic to remanufacture it. Although Brita is not very recyclable, the consumer avoids using single-use plastic water bottles, which are not very eco-friendly. I did an eco-audit on the Brita, and most of the energy use and CO2 footprint is caused by keeping the Brita in the fridge. This can be avoided by keeping the Brita in a cool, dark place, such as a cabinet. I tested a rough model of a Brita in ANSYS using a similar thermoplastic. I tested it by fixing the bottom and adding the force due to the weight of the water in it. I got very small stresses and strains, which means the Brita is able to hold up the weight of the water and contain the water successfully. The study confirms my approach because it is important to use safe-use plastics for the water filter because you're drinking out of it. I also think that the Brita should not be kept in a fridge to cut down on CO2 footprint and energy usage. You would then place it in a cool, dark cabinet to avoid photodegradation and melting due to the high thermal expansion coefficient. Also, using Brita instead of single-use plastic water bottles is better for the environment, even though the Brita itself is not very recyclable. Thank you, and these are my references.